Okay, last time we got up to making pattern 1 and its half and double version. Now I'm going to show you layering up the piece very simply by choosing pattern 1 double, the slow one, and in the note input tab just using the repeat. So I'm going to paste it in and I'm then repeat it several more times. You might want to have panorama view on, that makes life a little bit easier. It's down the bottom there. So you can see I've pasted it in 5 times, So when I get to one about, bar, I don't know, 5, say, seems like a good place, I'm just going to start pasting in pattern 1. And I might paste that in, several more repeats. I don't know how many times I did it, maybe till it reaches the next spot. Just paste a few more in, repeat it. Yeah, that's not too bad. And perhaps at bar sort of 8 or 7 or somewhere or other. Now this is where you use your ears to help you. I'm going to start pasting in the half. Paste. And once I've pasted it and it's highlighted, I'm just going to repeat it. And you'll notice it just all sort of joins together. It's a bit hard to see where it is. Now at this point, you might start sort of listening to the file and seeing what it sounds like, and consider moving some of these patterns up a little bit. So you could move them all at once, or you could move them all together. So I'm just going to start by selecting this and holding shift down and selecting here. So I've selected this whole section and I'm using the up arrow to just move the whole thing up one note. That's one possibility. Or, I'm just going to press Ctrl Z and undo that, or we could gradually change the patterns by just shifting one of the notes up. So I'm choosing all the notes A and moving that up one. And in this one, here's the note A, I'm moving that up one each time. Now you'll notice it's going red. That sort of is bad because it shows that the alto xylophone can't play that note, but we probably don't really care because we can just hand in the audio file in the final version. And here, from here onwards, I'm also going to change that one up a bit. Okay, so, that's probably going to sound pretty good. And I could pretty much start doing, let's face it, you've actually nearly got enough material here to pass, So, play menu, time code, duration at end of score, and we've got 31 seconds, The minimum requirement is 30 seconds. You can see how long that took me. Now obviously it's not going to be a great piece because it's got no dynamics, it's got no speed, it's got no title, it's only used one pattern, and it's used a very simple pattern just made of crotchets. Now there's nothing wrong with that, but I could have made my original pattern slightly more interesting, perhaps by doing a slightly dotted rhythm. Instead of ta-ta-ta-ta, I could have done tum, ti-ta, ti-ti-ta, something with a little bit of interest. So I'm going to pause the video and edit my patterns, and I'm also going to export the file as it sounds at this stage. I've come across a minor problem, and if you use string instruments or piano or something, you probably wouldn't have this problem. This whole part's a bit high for the bass xylophone, so I probably should have the view notes out of range, but for some reason it's not telling me. So I'm going to double click select and move these all control down arrow, down an octave. And I might actually do that to this line as well, control down arrow, down an octave. Okay, now I'm going to export this as a sound file so you can listen to it. Well, I'm having a problem that could happen to anyone. There's something wrong with the Sibelius sounds. I'm going to pop back into the instrument menu, choose some instruments that I know work a little bit more reliably, which would be the strings, and I'm just going to put a couple of violins in and also a cello. And I'm simply going to copy all the material on these by triple clicking and selecting with the arrows, and Control C and Control V it all in there, and then I'm just going to go back into the instrument menu and delete my xylophones. Because I'm having trouble with my sounds. Minor problem, but it could happen to anyone.